Men of Harlech march to glory, victory is hovering o'er ye. Bright-eyed freedom stands before ye, ye not her call. At your sloth she seems to wander, rend the sluggish bonds asunder. Let the war cry's deafening thunder every foe appall. Echoes loudly waking, hill and valley shaking, till the sound spreads wide around, the Saxons' courage breaking. The foes on every side are sailing, forward press with heart unfailing, till invaders land with quailing, Cambria nay can yield.
Private Gardner reporting, sir. General Geranium, we're surrounded. We have fungus gnat to the north, dug in. We're surrounded on both sides by whitefly. Mealy bug are coming in from the top, and caterpillars are now making a break for it. Please, sir, you have to surrender. I have a young family. I don't want to die. Thank you, Private Gardner. Now return to your post, son. Oh, and Private Gardner, remember, never fear, Geraniumman is here. So you've been invaded by a few insects. There's four main ones we need to worry about when growing geraniums: mealy bug, whitefly, fungus gnat, and caterpillars. Let's talk about the first one, caterpillars. These are really tricky little critters because they'll lay eggs under the foliage. They use the foliage to protect the egg, so when you spray over the top, you don't actually contact them. Now you have to remember that most insecticides are contact. That means the chemical has to contact the insect that you're trying to kill. So what you have to do through summer, they're mainly a pest through summer, is lift the plant up and spray under the foliage at least once a fortnight. And the chemical that's best used for that is just pyrethrum. You don't need to use any nasty chemicals. Pyrethrum is more than adequate to do the job, providing you do it regularly. Okay, you've got to remember that no chemical will kill an egg, and the eggs hatch at different stages. They're clever, and this is to evade any environmental factors that might wipe them out. The next one that's of particular concern, fungus gnat. If you've ever bought potting mix from your local nursery or garden centre, there's a very good chance that you've introduced fungus gnat into your gardens or your pot plants. Fungus gnat are those little black flies that fly around and swarm in puddles around the garden bed. The problem with them is they dig into the soil. They'll then carry any potential disease with them, go into a pot plant and lay larvae. This is a source of disease transmission, and then when that larvae or the egg hatches into a larvae, the larvae will potentially chew its way up through the stem of the plant, causing the plant to die. However, it's easily treated with neem oil. You'd put maybe start with 20 ml of neem oil to 10 litres of water and water that in once you've potted it. That'll kill any fungus gnat. They absolutely hate it. It's like a natural air guard. It will deter them from coming back. That's the best way and the safest way to control fungus gnat. Whitefly. Now this is a particular problem on regal pelargoniums. Its main control is, once again, you can spray with neem oil or pyrethrum, but you'll have to get under the foliage, or you could use a spray pack with water and just dishwashing detergent and smother them. They can swarm, they're unsightly, best method of control is to give the plants plenty of space, grow them hard, high potassium fertilisers. Like this guy, you see how turgid this is? This is like celery. It's so hard you can break it with your fingers. This is very hard for an insect to attack because it's grown hard. This pot is full of calcium, potassium and high potassium fertilisers. It's very, very insect proof. This is the sort of thing that you need to do when fertilising. This is why you don't over fertilise a plant. You must read the container, it will tell you the ratio, the NPK ratio. Try and buy fertilisers where the K ratio is higher than the N ratio. This will encourage tough growth in the plant, which makes it far more resistant to insect attack. So that's what you do with whitefly. Only a problem on regal pelargoniums, and mainly if you grow them too close together. The last major pest of geranium is mealybug. This only attacks ivy geranium. It comes into where it branches down the bottom here. It's like a cotton wool bud. You can control that by dabbing methylated spirits on it, or once again spraying with neem oil. They hate neem oil. And that's only going to attack an ivy geranium through summer. Most of the time it's fine. Pest oil is another very good way of killing insects. It smothers them, it's not toxic, and it's very effective. Once again, you have to do it regularly to get optimum results. But it's worth it. So a few little basic tips. The main thing is to observe and be persistent and be regular with your chemicals. You don't need to use hard and dangerous chemicals that can injure bees and our good insects. So always be mindful of the consequences of what you're doing. Always read the label and follow the label so you don't get into trouble with the law. And if you do that, you should have trouble-free gardening. Right, men. They may take our women. They may take our children. They can have our mother-in-law. But they will never take our geranium. Charge! Till invaders lamb with quelling, G-man, nay, can ye